Shut up and sit down.
Frederick Douglass Essay. Essay on Frederick Douglass for students and children in English. Frederick Douglass was a well-known American who participated in the abolition movement. He was a slave in Maryland but tactfully succeeded in escaping. He later became an abolitionist in Massachusetts and New York. He was not only a social reformer but also a writer, orator, and statesman. He has a significant contribution to American history to abolish the slave trade. Frederick Douglass was born in the early 19th century. His birthplace is not documented. He remembered his mother calling him Little Valentine. Thus, he celebrated his birthday every year on 14th February. Douglass was accurately a mixed-race child. His racial history included Native American, European, and African. His mother died when Douglass was 7 years old. He spent his early childhood under the surveillance of his grandparents and later on moved to live with Lucretia Auld. Douglass believes Lucretia had a great impact on shaping his life. She taught him alphabets. Douglass learned to read and write from his neighborhood friends. As he belonged to a hereditary slave culture, at a tender age he was enslaved to William Freeland and thereafter Edward Covey. Wherever he was, he tried to put the rays of literacy to his fellow men, leading to discontentment among the masters being served by educated slaves. Douglass escaped slavery on 3rd September 1838 when he boarded a train in Philadelphia and reached Maryland. Douglass married Anna Murray on 15 September 1838. Anna was a major influence for Douglass to escape slavery and dream of a free life. Both of them settled in New York. Douglass joined an independent black denomination church and became a licensed preacher in 1839. He was promoted to various positions like steward, sexton, and Sunday school superintendent. Douglass joined several institutions in New Bedford and became an abolitionist leader. In 1843, Frederick Douglass engaged with the American Anti-Slavery Society's 100 Conventions Project. He toured in meeting halls of Eastern and Midwestern United States. During this tour, Douglass experienced some terrific movements as an abolitionist which bothered him for the rest of his life. Frederick Douglass wrote several autobiographies. His bestseller book, Narrative of the Life of Frederick Douglass, an American Slave, had vivid descriptions of his life as a slave. His second book was Bondage and His Freedom, which was very influential in the abolition principles. His third and last autobiography was Life and Times of Frederick Douglass. Douglass was an active reformer in women's suffrage and held public meetings. For his contribution to the political and social reforms of America, He was nominated for the Vice President of the United States as a running mate and a nominee for the Vice President of Victoria Woodhull. He was the first African American to be nominated in both the positions. Douglass was a believer in equality in every aspect of society, race, and gender. He spent his life fighting and reforming against the injustice of the black race and abolition of the slave trade. He died on February 20, 1895, due to a massive heart attack. Douglass was rewarded and honored with several prestige during life and posthumously. His contribution to the abolition movement is noteworthy and highly respectable. 10 lines on Frederick Douglass essay in English. Frederick Douglass was an American abolitionist, not only a social reformer, but he was also an orator, writer, and statesman. Frederick Douglass was a mixed race child with Native American, European, and African genes. Frederick spent his early life under the influence of the slave trade. He soon escaped slavery after he fell in love with Anna Murray, who was a free black woman. Douglass was a part of many anti slave movements and projects. He wrote three autobiographies describing his experience as a slave. He was also an active supporter of women's suffrage and promoted equality. Frederick Douglass was a believer in equality in all aspects of life, society, and gender. Frederick Douglass died on February 20, 1985, due to a massive heart attack.